On a clear American summer night, tilt your head back and the Milky Way spills across black velvet, until the current breaks. A jagged river of darkness cuts the glow, a wound no moonlight can stitch. Astronomers name it the Great Rift, older tongues whispered of bad omens drifting overhead. From Cygnus, the swan, down toward Sagittarius, the archer, the galaxy's bright spine is severed by a slow, sinuous void. It is not empty, not silent, it is crowded with dust so cold it drinks light. To human eyes it is a scar, to the cosmos, a nursery's shade. The Great Rift is a procession of dark nebulae, clouds of carbon-rich grains and molecular breath. Stretching thousands of light-years, these veils turn the Milky Way's glitter into a broken promise. Our gaze slides over it, unsure whether to call it absence, or a presence refusing to shine. Ancient sky watchers gave it teeth and rivers, dragons and smoke. They mapped its edges with stories so they would not fall in, because the eye falls first. In the Great Plains, in desert canyons, in quiet farms, the same hush gathered, a hush that lives behind language. Modern instruments speak dryly, extinction, reddening, optical depths. Yet the effect is visceral, starlight vanishes midstream, as if harvested. Dust grains, no wider than a virus, knit into curtains miles deep and light-years long, a cold conspiracy against photons that left suns before our species had fire. Picture a corridor 3,000 light-years long, its far wall lost to time. The Great Rift is not a line but a continent of shadow, with mountain ranges of density and valleys of gas, stirred by winds that never felt air. We move beneath it, dwarfed by its patience. Our eyes, evolved for daylight and predators, are poor negotiators with infinity. In dark enough skies, the rift thickens, edges feathered like smoke in water. The more you stare, the more it seems to stain the world below, trees dull, horizons lean, and silence presses on bone. Photons born in conflagrations older than empires end their journey in dust, swallowed, warmed a fraction, reburied as heat you cannot feel. Astronomers call it absorption, poets call it theft. Either way, the river keeps its hoard, and our night is carved into islands of brightness. Switch to infrared, and the dark river brightens with forbidden fire. Embryo stars writhe within, their cradles hidden from ordinary sight, their heat leaking through blankets of soot. In radio, hydrogen murmurs at 21 centimeters, detailing a cartography of cold that is as beautiful as it is merciless. Inside the rift, chemistry gets ambitious. Carbon chains stitch themselves on ice mantles, water freezes on dust, and ultraviolet light sculpts shadowed caves of molecules. Here, methanol whispers to oxygen, formaldehyde learns to dream, and time slows until gravity decides which pocket of darkness earns a star. Turbulence folds the river like a writhing serpent, filaments intertwining, densities rising where streams clash. It is weather without weather, shock fronts rumbling through vacuum, invisible hands braiding darkness. In those knots, atoms crawl closer, and a new heat is promised, the kind that erases its own baby pictures. Magnetic fields thread the rift, unseen looms aligning dust like iron filings in a child science trick. Polarized starlight, twisted and dimmed, tells the tale, an architecture of order within ruin. The lines guide collapse, corral chaos, and draw a glyph the eye cannot trace but the sky obeys. Stand under it, and you may feel watched, though by what? Statistics, gravity, or something that dreams in wavelengths we cannot hold. The dark river invites projection, a mirror too vast. We pour fears into its hollows and they pour back, distorted, patient, wearing the face of eternity. Navigators once crossed oceans by the Milky Way's braided brightness, the rift was the labyrinth inside the map. In storms, when stars blurred, the dark lanes stole bearings, swallowing familiar anchors. To survive, they learned its negative space, to steer by absence, trusting that voids could still point home. Beyond the rift's nearest curtains lies the bulge, a swarm of ancient suns boiling toward the galaxy's heart. There, Sagittarius A star, a black hole 4 million times our sun, rules by distortion. The river masks that empire, as if even light refuses to report from the throne. Black holes inspire easy terror, yet the greater dread is bureaucratic, gravity's paperwork filed without error, forever. The rift is a waiting room outside that office, files stacked in dust, names smudged. Stars approach, are revised, and sometimes disappear, their signatures stretched into whispers thinner than thought. Cosmic rays needle these clouds, spiking chemistry that seeds complexity. Elements forged in red giants, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, are ground into powders, then shipped by supernova winds. In every breath you take there are crumbs from that river. The dark you fear writes the sentences of your blood. Listen, in radio arrays across desert basins, the sky hums. Hydrogen flips its spin and tells us where to look, where the river meanders. The signal is faint, a heartbeat under static, but it maps the arteries of a creature larger than our vocabulary and older than our questions. Within the rift, fetus stars kick. Jets lance from poles, carving tunnels through fatal softness, Herbig-Haro scars brightening like neon bruises. The newborns scream in light we convert to data, and yet the data reads like myth, children eating their cradles to survive the room they were born in. Name the landmarks to steady your breath, the coal sack near the Southern Cross, the dark horse rearing in Ophiuchus, the funnel cloud in Aquila. Each is a contour in the river, an eddy, a bend. Charting them is like counting teeth in the mouth that swallows starlight. Cygnus teems with hot, blue giants, an OB association blowing bubbles into the rift's banks. Supernovae have punched holes through the dark, foaming caverns where future stars will condense. Violence begets gentleness, and gentleness hides violence. The cycle writes itself in ultraviolet and ash. Time inside a galaxy is not a flat river, it's braided, seasonal. Clouds assemble over tens of millions of years, collapse in thousands, disperse in a thunderclap of light. The Great Rift is mid-breath, neither inhale nor exhale complete, a held note that tightens the chest of anyone who listens. You can see it with binoculars, from a county fairground gone silent after midnight, from a mountain turnout where phones lose nerve. Sweep the Milky Way and watch the glow shatter into lace, then into shadow. The rift does not approach, it waits, and you bring yourself to it. Night creatures test the margins, a coyote's ribbon of sound, a cricket's gearwork, the far truck dream on an interstate. These terrestrial murmurs flank your heartbeat as your pupils widen. The brain begins to read patterns in the black, ancient code that wants meaning whether or not it exists. We fear emptiness, yet the rift is not empty, we fear the crowded dark, packed with futures. In its cold, amino acids may lace themselves and wait centuries for a warmer hand. The line between dread and origin blurs, as if our cradles smelled always faintly of the grave. Space missions and the Planck satellite traced dust polarization across the sky, stitching a quilt of magnetic whispers. The maps look like fingerprints on a god-sized window, smears repeating into the bulge. Our instruments sign their names at the edges, small signatures against fabrics we can barely lift. Supercomputers brew storms from equations, magnetohydrodynamics, radiation transfer, and birth synthetic rifts for us to haunt. Virtual filaments buckle, jets spit, clouds shiver under phantom gravity. We tour those simulated caverns like spelunkers with perfect helmets, then emerge blinking, still provincial, still under the indifferent original sky. Time, too, has a current. The rift is a sandbar in that flow, where probability piles up, then sloughs away. Stars will come and go, orbits will change, our names will crumble, and the river will keep to its bed, adjusting slowly, unimpressed by the fast ache of lifetimes. Behind the dust, whole constellations of planets rise and set, unknown suns tending unknown winters. Their light arrives edited, redder and quieter, as if censored by a careful hand. We draw worlds from the leftovers, suspects glimpsed under a street lamp fogged with breath. Stare long enough, and faces assemble, a horse, a dagger, an eye. Pareidolia is your brain begging to negotiate with vastness, to make the lawsuit personal. If something stared back, would you know the difference between curiosity and gravity, between intention and the indifferent massing of night? Our sun orbits the galaxy in about 230 million years, a lap we will never finish together. As we circle, the rift's perspective shifts, banks erode, new branches darken. We are not tourists, we are cargo, riding along the same river that seems so still. Supernovae will punch through, stellar winds will unweave braids, and ultraviolet will bleach scaffolds to gas. Yet elsewhere, fresh clouds will coalesce, and darkness will reform like bruises on heaven's skin. The rift is less a place than a habit the galaxy cannot quite break. Lie down, spine to ground, and let the planet cradle your small gravity. The dark river arches above, not falling, not threatening, merely existing at a scale that makes your memories feel like sparks. Count your breaths until the stars seem to breathe back, slower, older, colder. If you listen, the rift offers only one counsel, patience. It speaks in the grammar of centuries and the accent of silence. The dust will take the light, warm a fraction, and return a whisper, and if you call that answer, it will let you keep the word. Understand this dark river correctly and fear turns to awe, then back to fear. It is a wound curtained by soot, a tomb lined with lullabies, a threshold painted with carbon and frost. To cross it is impossible, to be from it is inevitable. When dawn thins the stars, the rift recedes, retreating into blue like a secret back into its keeper. But it does not leave, it only waits above daytime ceilings, bookkeeping of light postponed. Night will lift the lid again, and the river will run where your eyes remember it.